Morning. We're going to dig into how to make those new habits or how to create habits that stick based on what goals that you have for 2021, for January, for whatever time frame you're looking at. And Snickers says hi. Snickers. That's his home. He finds any if you have any cats, he finds any pieces of paper and just thinks that that's his bed. So, all right. So when we look at achievement and when we look at goals, in order to achieve a goal, in order to make that your reality, it needs two things. It needs an achievement factor and it needs a feeling factor. So a lot of times we are one or the other. So the type A drivers have achievement goals, and the people that are feelers have the feeling goals. Our tendency then is the feelers are procrastinators, and the achievers never stop. Just keep on going on adrenaline, right? And so many times then our goals aren't satisfactory, or we're not even emotionally attached to the goal. So when we talk about that, every time we're looking to hit something, reach something, change our mindset around something, it requires a new habit. And it also requires taking out something. So when we add something in, let's just say you want to start exercising or you're going to focus on your fitness for 2021. If you add something in, you need to take something out. So when we're looking at habits, two things that I really want to talk about today is one, we need to do the things when we have the most energy. So when we have the most energy is in the morning. Think of when you're sleeping, everything's charging up, right? Your gas tank's filling up, your cell phone is charging, all those things. So the sooner you can do it in the beginning of the day, the less conflict you're going to have in it later. So let's say you work all day and you come home and you didn't take great care of yourself in the morning and in the noon, and you just continue to run on adrenaline. When you get home, what happens? You're numb. Sit in front of the TV in a coma, or you don't stop because you know that if you sit and if you stop, you're going to crash, right? Well, you're not going to add in the habit at the end of the day because you're too tired. You don't have anything left in your tank. And I mean, like, from a mindset standpoint. So when we're looking at doing new things, do the hard things early in the day when you don't have as much, you don't need discernment, right? You don't, you know that you're going to do this at 7 a.m. every single day. If you're building your business, you're going to do the hard stuff at the front of the day. You're going to plan your big stuff the front of the day, the stuff that takes the most mental fortitude to accomplish. And number two, when you decide, when you're creating your plan of doing something, and I don't mean that this needs to take long, but when you're creating your plan to do something, when you decide, you need to be very diligent to not let the emotions come into play to change your decision. So if you have a plan to achieve this goal by the end of quarter one, you know that every day you need to do two things or three things. In order to do those two or three things, you likely have to take something out, take the energy away from something so that there's space in your calendar and in your body. You can only do so much. You can only think so much. You only have energy for so much, right? So when you decide that, that's it. You don't get to redecide the next morning. Do I feel like I really want to do this today? So what happens is now we let the emotions of wanting to or not override our decision based on the goal that we want to achieve. Well, all we know, all our brain knows, is what it already has memorized, what it's already experienced. what it's already known to be true. And 95 to 98% of our whole living, our brain, our body, is actually subconscious, unconscious. It's not conscious thought. So now, what do you think is going to happen if every single day you're asking yourself, do I really want to do this? No, because the default is the memorized pattern. And that's why you haven't done it yet, or you haven't been it yet, or you haven't learned it yet. Because your default pattern is memorized. We need to unlearn that to now relearn the new habit, the new task, the new thing that you want to be for the quarter or for the year. So it's what I feel like is missing in goal setting. People spend millions on planners, on a plan, strategy, so that's where they think they're lacking. You're not lacking. You're not lacking in the plan. You're lacking in the mindset and the discipline and commitment to actually achieve the goal. If the mindset continues to be what it is, your default pattern is going to always go to that old stuff that you didn't accomplish in the first place, right? So when we add a habit in, we need to take something out. When we are planning for the goal, the accomplishment, the new habit, it cannot be emotional. We need to unlearn those, memorize those old programs, the old patterns, and relearn them. And in order to unlearn them, we need to do the work. I mean, you can spend as much money as you want on the plan. If you don't do the work to implement what that plan is, it will not work. It will not get you closer to your goal. So try those things. I'm really interested to see. The majority of time, our focus and our intent on a New Year's resolution or a goal is to get rid of stuff. So like, let's just say you want to eat healthier. Think of all the things now in your mind you need to avoid in order to do that, or exercise, or lose weight, or build your business, or work on your marriage, or buy the lake home. So many times we go into, oh, well, we can't spend money on XYZ anymore. But what do you need to add in if you're going to take something out? We need like that ebb and flow of in and out. Cut, add, cut, paste, copy, paste, whatever. So looking at life in that way and actually spending more time in the mindset than the plan, because drama enters in when you start to plan it out. Then it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I can do this. And if you change your mindset to why you want what you want, and you put a plan in place of adding it and then taking something out because you have to in your calendar and in your mindset and your time, you will make an impact. You will make a greater impact. You will move. You will make progress on all the goals that you've set out. Snickers says hi again. All right. I hope this is helpful. Happy Tuesday. Make it an awesome week.